And when he's feeling it, he can deliver. And this for the perfect start. Right through the middle.
Required for a good portion of the year. Little low ball. Nick Dacos from 50. He launches a high, thunderous ball.
Make it room, Steele had it, then Elliott goes off the ground, back of the net, back-to-back goals. Settle the nerves and get the first on the road. Straight through the middle. The full house is still thought, works it onto his left, the one-on-one becomes a 3-ball.
Bouncing ball ricocheting. Adelaide just haven't been able. He'll celebrate big time.
Here is Bobby Hill. Broken play, he makes it work.
You wouldn't read about it.
That is ridiculous.
Whoa! Welcome. Bloody welcome. We are doing a live welcome to the nest. What did I say? Come rest at the nest. Now, I know I've been really slack with lives and stuff, and just as I sort of got everything sort of going, I know lives, during the off season, there's not really much to talk about, but we're going to probably be doing these either once a week or every fortnight during the off season, maybe every fortnight during the off season, depending on sort of how it goes and what there is to talk about. 6 o'clock, I'm just trialing this time. So it's kind of like before dinner, after people get home from work, or maybe we move it to like a 7 to 8. It's only going to be for an hour, maybe a little bit longer, depending on guests and all that sort of jazz. But pretty much what we're going to do is, I've got a couple of things I want to sort of talk about. I want your input on them as well. This is getting live streamed both to Facebook and to YouTube. At the moment, I'm using my laptop camera, so 720p, but I can use my phone like to stream like the face from my phone, but that gets a bit hard. So I'll get a camera, a proper one soon. But yeah, we're just going to talk football, and what better time to talk about it than the trade period. What I'm going to do is how do I haven't used StreamYard in so long. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to put the StreamYard link in here. So all you have to do is jump into this link and you have your microphone ready, have your camera ready, jump on, and we'll talk about you can ask me questions, or we can talk about football or whatever you want. I'm going to go through some of the comments first. Riley, what's going on, my friend? We'll talk about Will Phillips in a little bit, Riley. Actually, if you want to jump on and talk about Will Phillips, that'd be great. Chris, mate, how is it going? G-Money. Life is boring without football. Doesn't help that our women's team are doing shockingly as well. So it's not very good for us. Bruno, good day to all from Italy, Italiano. Whereabouts in Italy are you from there, or are you are you holidaying there? Dutchy, Brody Holland is up in Italy as well. Right, let's talk about how good the mountain will be for us. Yeah, I guess let me get his stats up. For all my stats, I like to use AFL tables. So what we'll do is, all right, we'll do this. Give me a second. Oh my God. All right, I don't know how to do that just yet. I've got bloody I'm trying to get my other screen up. I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. I probably should have sorted this out before. But anyway, we can do that a little bit later. I've got Riley sitting in the waiting room. But yeah, let's talk about Jack Buller. So 22. So he debuted at 22. He was a mid-season draft pick. He's 24 years old, 199 centimeters. So big boy. He will be our tallest forward we've had in a very long time. Not really counting Mason. Oh, I guess you can count Mason Cox. more of a forward ruck. Buller is going to be, you know, that pure young forward. So that's he's going to be incredible. So kicked 11 goals in 2025. Had a couple of back issues, and that's why he didn't he only played one game in his debut year in 2023, and you know, took a couple of years to get up and running. But a big breakout game against the Eagles, which was his last game, kicked 3 goals, kicked a bag or 2 against St Kilda and a bag against North, 2 goals there as well. In one of the VFL games when the Pies played Sydney down here, he kicked 3 or 4 goals against us. So that's pretty cool as well. Justin Lepage said he's been into him for about a year or so. And it's just crazy, like, how trades and all this sort of stuff work. It's not like, oh, we just heard about him. We just heard about him and then we're sort of going after him. They put time and energy into all of this, and we just don't see it. I would love to, for like a doco. I know there was that doco on player managers, which was fun, but I'd love to see what do they call them, like player talent managers sort of thing, or you know, like Leper, like what he does, list managers and go through the year and see what sort of happens going forward. I think that would be so cool to see. But so I think Buller, and I've got a video going out later this week. It's either going out Thursday night or Friday night, about the best 23. Spoiler alert, I've got him starting. I've got him starting in opening round, just nudging out Charlie West because of that second ruck duties. But yeah, I think he's going to be a great inclusion. Here's that link again if you guys want to talk about, if you any of you want to talk about Buller or whatever it may be. So that was a good one to kick us off. Here we go. Bruno, born in Australia, left when I was 18 in 1992, and have been here ever since. Oh, well, that's awesome, man. So whereabouts in Italy are you living at the moment? When I went to Europe last year, so this time last year I was in Europe. I was in October 22. I was in Berlin. Oh, let me tell you, Berlin was absolutely beautiful. I didn't go to Italy because I want to spend at least a week and a half there. Optimistic Box. I'm about to get on a flight to Boston. I was at Austin watching the Formula One. It was so cool. Damn, man. Are you holidaying in? Everyone's on holidays, and some of us are in Melbourne still. Are you holidaying up there, or do you live in the States? Went to the States in 2018. Don't know if I'd go back at the moment, but Boston would be cool. You know, like there's so many cities there that I want to go to. Chicago's on the list. New Orleans I want to go to, which would be sick. Oh, we've got a bit of an international thing going on. Chris, thanks for the content swoop. This American living in Croatia enjoys it. Wow. This is Collingwood has just gone international, and we love that, Chris. I hope you enjoy Croatia. Another place that I didn't get to go to in my European travels last year. Another place that is definitely on the bloody bucket list. All right. What have we got? Well, Riley, I'm going to get your camera up, and I'll chuck you in, mate, and we can have a talk about it. I just saw something. Oh yeah, here. Tim, yeah, so this will be recording. I think Facebook keeps it for about a month or two, but it'll be always up on YouTube if you want to sort of rewatch that. Here, Bruno. Dear near Milano. Nice. Definitely on the bucket list. Bruno also says Buller will come good if we pick up Blight and Hobbs. I will say we'll go for it again in 2026. I think Blight is a no-brainer. We need that big fullback, and Blight will give us that. Not too sure about Hobbs though. I guess it depends who we pick up in the draft. If we do need that inside mid, because Doug Kerr is a nice tall midfielder as well that we could be looking at as a rookie selection. Holidays from Victoria, Half Valley, Massachusetts. That's cool, man. I absolutely love that. Have you been to Minnesota? I went to Minnesota for about a week or two. So good. Get me in, Swoopy. I got some stuff I need to talk about. Yeah, man. Like, there's the Jared. Here's the link. Here's the link again. Get into this link, and we'll have a talk. All right, Riley. I'm gonna add you in. I can't see your camera, but let me see if I can get you with just a microphone. Riley, can you hear me? Riley? Hang on. There's two Rileys. Riley? Riley, can you hear me? Riley. All right, let me I'm going to post on here. Maybe Riley just can't hear. Riley can hear you but could you hear me? We'll get you on soon. All right. All right, Jared. All right. I know Jared. He was my boy. All right, I'm gonna get him in. Let's go, mate.
Swoopy.
How you going, brother?
I just woke up. I had my alarm clock set because I've been waiting for this. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about. And that's number one. And that's so with this Jamara thing, right? Obviously, we were never interested in him, but there's two things that we've been looking at, right? And that's a key forward and a midfielder. What was the downside of getting him in to play for us? Like, what was the risk? Because the contract-wise, he's just gone to Pardon?
Yeah.
He's just gone to Gold Coast for $250,000 a year. Hang on, mate. You're breaking up. Fuck.
Sorry?
I can't.
I can hear you. I can hear you, sweet.
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. So he's just gone there for $250,000 a year. He can get his contract ripped up at any time. I just don't understand. And it's not only us. It's not only Collingwood. It should have been every other AFL club. This kid, you could have got him on a 2-year deal. We could have got him on a 2-year deal, and we could have paid him $600,000 over both them years. After that, massive contract coming his way, you know. But I don't understand. Now, this is another problem I've got. Now, look, you might go, or people might be on this and go, oh, you're being a little bit negative. I'm not being negative. I love Collingwood. You know that. I love the way we've gone about it. But there's just, like, we're going, Lepers in the thing going, oh, we want this Geelong. We want to be like Geelong and Sydney, not rebuild. That's fine. We can do that. But what we need to do is what Geelong and Sydney do. They hit later in the draft. They hit their picks and they hit their picks good and they give their kids a chance. Now, we should have seen Charlie Westmore last year. Like, I know, I think our team it's like the Australian cricket team. Once you're in, you're in. But it's hard to, and I'm not, and then people go to me, well, who do we drop? Yeah, fair enough. It's hard. You know, everyone's like, like the whole thing with the MyCheck incident is like, I read on Twitter, it just blows my mind, man. He was so good for it. Yeah, his last 2 games in the finals, he was terrible. But obviously there was injuries and everything, but he shouldn't have played. Well, what are you going to do? Drop a guy that's just kicked 40 goals for you? Someone that's been a workhorse for it, and that's the thing, like, but like Charlie West, I just think like, we've got to get game. Like when we were at training last November, mate, Harry Demetia, I was just like, mate, this kid is going to be the next. Like, and I know he's had a few injuries and everything, but we need to get games into these kids, man. I think Harry Demetia could be a star, dude, but no one sees him. That's my
man. I like first off, let me talk about the Jamari Ugle-Hagan thing, right? I wanted him so badly. Would have come cheap. Went for like a nothing pick. It's a free hit. And
hit, dude.
Mate, I think
free hit.
Yeah, but I think he just wanted to get out of Melbourne. Like,
but it would have been
silly.
Yeah. I know that, but we didn't even give it a crack.
Yeah, I know. That's the most annoying thing.
And I know, dude, there's like personal issues and everything like that. I understand that. And there's the risk involved in it. But when he was on such so that's what I was listening. They were saying, the Players Association wouldn't allow his contract to have that. Well, Gold Coast have got that contract in because they can go, listen, Jamara, you take this contract or you don't play AFL. Bulldogs are going to pay
Exactly.
you out. It's simple. So the players, you tell the Players Association that if you want to play AFL, this is the terms and conditions.
Yeah. No,
But
I
look,
thought
but
he would have made our team so much better. He would have made that forward line sting.
Yeah, and like, but the only other thing that the positive in that is now Ben King, man. Like, that's
yeah.
because, mate, I now like I look at it because if at Jamara and I'm just like, oh, well, if he flourishes, like I already think Ben King's halfway out the door, and that's why Gold Coast have gone and got Jamara.
Yeah, interesting.
But dude, the thing is with that is we're not getting this little 2-year Jamara rookie contract. We're paying big money.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And another
let me ask you
little
something, Jared.
yeah.
Let me ask you something. So it's free agency 2026, and you've got Butters or Ben King. Who are you paying $2 million a season to? Because that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. That's like, dude, it just depends on this year.
Yeah.
Realistically. Like what's happening this year? Are we going to see a lot of Charlie? If I get 25, 30 goals out of Charlie, I don't know, man. I literally don't know. I love Zach Butters, dude. Like, dude, he is the king, man. So my 3 favorite players out of Collingwood in the last couple of years was Dan Houston, Toby, and Zach. But the thing, that's another problem with Dan as well. Now, a lot of people on Twitter, like, it's the same people that were going at Schultz last year. And that's what people, like, don't understand. Schultz is in our top 3 to top 5 most important players. Dude, when you're at the game and you're not watching the TV and you're seeing the stuff that he does, mate, unbelievable for this team. Absolute gun.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Give me one sec. I gotta fucking, the internet's not reaching.
Yeah.
All right. Now we should be ready to go.
Yeah. But like Schultz is an absolute gun, and like the people that were going, like they're like, oh, well, we shouldn't have. Like my thing was like, look, I love Jack Inovan and everything, but like, mate, people were like, oh, you traded him. We didn't trade. We traded. We got Schultz, and then Ginnivan wanted to leave. And look, at the end of the day, At the end of the day, Ginnivan's very smart. But he doesn't do what Schultz does, and that's why Schultz. No. But the thing that my problem is, right, with Collingwood, this is another problem I've got, is Josh Dacos went to halfback last year. That should have been Dan Houston, dude. Like, Dan Houston gets burned so much. They just try and get the ball to Josh Dacos. Get Josh Dacos back in the wing and get him running through the midfield a bit and use Dan Houston as that player like Josh Dacos. Now, like everyone, the jury's out on Dan Houston, but we signed him on a 5-year deal. We didn't sign him on a 1-year deal, the same as Schultz. Yeah. It's not an easy, but I just think,
do you think they'll make that change? Do you think they'll make that change? Put Josh Dacos up the ground a bit more?
Dude, what was that? Was it Gold Coast?
Yeah, when he got into the middle in that last quarter. Yeah.
He was told, obviously, you could tell the way he was playing, he was told, like, do not have a worry about what they're doing. Don't worry defensively what you're doing. Just, you've got to go for it. But, like, dude, it was one of the best quarters. Like, we could use that.
Yeah.
And then we could use Dan Houston in that role. Like, we just give him the ball every time. He was getting burnt so much, he was losing his confidence.
Yeah.
Mate, mate, Dan Houston, we've got to remember he was an All-Australian halfback when he had that role. I just don't think he came. I just think he wasn't given that freedom. And he's a good defender too, man.
No, I agree, dude. I absolutely agree with you. Dan Houston, I said it from the start. Like, they can't have Houston and Josh Dacos both on the halfback line. They're doing the same job.
Yeah.
It's just, and Josh Dacos won a Oakland on the wing, won a premiership there, won a All-Australian there. And then fuck him on the halfback line.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was good. Like, he was good there, but I just feel like he can be used elsewhere. That's my only problem with that. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, this is what made me want to get on it. On Twitter, people were like now you might have a different opinion. I'm sure of this about the DeGoey thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This stuff doesn't get made up, man.
The trade stuff.
The media don't just go, dude. Sam Edmonds said on Tuesday before, he goes, if nothing comes of this DeGoey thing, Lepage will come out and say, look, it was all run by the media. I think anyway, because look, if we could have got a first round, picks this year, no one cares about. But if they said to us, "Oh, we'll give you a first round next year, and maybe a something else next year for DeGoey," because that's what we've got to be thinking about. We've got to be thinking about not draft picks this year, next year. Ben King's I think Ben King's going to be needed to traded for.
Yeah,
and Butters is going to need to be traded for.
Yeah, you're right. And we don't have any. We don't have any fucking picks. We got that one pick, and that's about it. And Port or Gold Coast aren't going to accept that. So you think where there was smoke, there's where there's smoke, there's fire. So he
with
was
DeGoey
pushed out. Yeah,
I reckon Collingwood just threw it out there. Hey, let's see what we get offered. And no one really bit. But who was gonna? Maybe Hawthorn, but they weren't going to give the merit deal.
Yeah, exactly right. What do you think DeGoey's worth on the open market?
Like, literally, who knows? Probably not worth it. Probably not worth trading him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But if we're getting if Hawthorn go, oh, we'll give you it's hard because no one wanted to. It's hard because no one rates this year's draft. So what is pick 9?
Exactly right. Yeah.
So
And it gets pushed out so far as well. So it's not a top 10
with
pick.
Patterson and they got Patterson, Annabelle, and what's the other one? There's another one from Gold Coast.
There's Ewan from the Gold Coast.
Ewan, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But they reckon that the top two, mate. I was actually at the my local footy ground today, and I know Blake Hardwick, and I was speaking on him, and he even said to me, he was like, dude, it's a lot for a 30-year-old. But but what I said, but dude, you should have just done the 4th draft pick. You should have just given away that 4th draft pick. Yeah, 4 picks is overpaying, but for Hawthorn to get Zach Merritt in this year, man. that's either you win the grand final or you don't win the grand final. That's how I see it. So look, it's like people that say to me about Collingwood, oh yeah, you're falling off a cliff. Yeah, I don't care, mate. I was at the MCG. Billy Frampton gave me a hug around the ground. I don't care, bro. Because this is what I say to all the Carlton Essendon supporters. I go, if you can win the grand final next year, but the next year after that you lose every single game, would you take it? Oh yeah, 100%.
Exactly. And they're always
yeah. But yeah. Anyway,
Jared, I appreciate it, brother.
All good, brother.
We'll keep doing this, all right?
All right, see you, bro.
Yeah, mate. Bye. Hey, that was good fun. I had to change. Give me 1 second. I had to change because my fucking study, my house is made of the place I'm renting is made of like concrete walls or some bullshit. I got to get some splitters to go into my study because it just, even though it's not even that far, it's probably like not even 10 meters or maybe about 10 meters or so. It just doesn't get there. All right. Soup, just eating. All right. No worries. That was a good talk with Jared. This is what I want. This is the discussion that I want on Wednesdays. We can sort of just chill. I got my coffee and I'm nearly done for. I can see Andreas sitting patiently with his setup. Thumbs up. Are you ready to go, brother? All right. Let's get him on. All right. Mates.
What's happening, brother?
How you going, dude? How you going? Andreas from Black and White United.
Yeah,
Tell me, brother, what's
it's
good this Wednesday?
it feels like this off season's going to take forever. I don't know
Yeah.
why. When we won the
Yep.
flag going into 2024, before you know it, it's already preseason. Celebrations are done. You're going into it. Oh, well, not for me. I'm still celebrating, but whatever. But it's just like I feel as if now, because we're in that sort of that uncertainty part of what's happened from this season. We had such a good period. We had that qualifying final win, and then you sort of it's just the anticlimax sort of thing. And now it's we weren't as active in the trade period, which was expected. Like it was always going to happen. I mean, we've been so good over the past forever really in getting players in the trade period, and then delisted free agents and stuff, topping up and finding a need that and then really honing in on that, and then making prelims, making grand finals, winning premierships because of it. But I think what the club's done is they've played it very smart, and with this whole Simpkins side of things, I don't think even the Collingwood supporters, and I'm one of them too, that said, I don't really want Simpkin. If for the right price, you take him. Right? For the right price, you're taking him. But I think it's more or less, and I understand North Melbourne's part of it too, because if the club turned around and said, "Oh, we want Scott Pendlebury next year," Collingwood supporters, let's be real, we're going to turn around and say, "No, we want 3 first-round picks for a club legend." Blah blah. So I get that part of it. But judging by what we need and what's going to be available and the position that we're going to be in 12 months' time, you're really going to want to give up 2 first-round picks and then not be in the race for a Zach Butters, for a Bailey Humphrey, for a King from Gold Coast. You're not going to be in that race no matter what. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think what we did was spot on. Get Buller in, replace Myercheck. You can play either McStay or Buller centre half forward, full forward, and you can have them both there. And then, with the kids coming through, I think is what they're going to go for this season. Let's just develop the core. And then in 12 months' time, regardless of what happens this season, right? Whether we win the flag, we miss the finals, whatever. If we have to have, and I hate to say it, but if we had to have a gap year, right? Yeah. Where let's say we made the finals, but we finish anywhere between 6th and 8th, right? Mm-hmm. Or if they introduced wild card and we finish 9th and we play in a wild card, who cares, Yeah. The slingshot is going to be massive. And the good thing is I don't think that we're a club with the stocks that we've got, and if we can get just these kids to fill the needs that we need to, and it doesn't have to be for the majority of the season, it can be bits and bobs, different faces, come in, come out, one man down, one man in sort of thing. If we can do that and not bottom out and finish mid-table or still finish in the top 4, the next 3 years we'll just catapult back up. And we've 100%. Done it before. And I just think that there's a lot of Collingwood supporters out there on Twitter, and Twitter's a filthy place sometimes, but whatever. but there's supporters everywhere, and even non-Collingwood supporters and people in the media. They're obsessed with us bottoming out. It happened in 2021, but we still bottomed out with a good list. We just had on-field, off-field problems, coach turnaround, staff problems, do better reports, all the stuff that you don't want. Look what happened with a bit of guidance 12 months later. And we are nowhere near that bad position. And I think the one thing that Collingwood supporters need to sort of really soak in is that we kept the premiers in a do or die prelim final. We kept the eventual premiers who have won the last 2 flags. We kept them goalless for 40 minutes.
That's the most what I think that's what upset me the most. Keeping them goalless, going up by 2 goals at halftime, and then just capitulating. I think that's what upset me the most. But we did show a lot of signs. You're right. We did show a lot of signs. Yeah,
I just feel like we just tweak a few things. I would have liked to have kept Mitchell and Mason Cox for another season, whether it be on a rookie contract like Markov, to still have sort of that depth if we needed to. But if they're convinced that we have the talent and we can shift the magnets around, and whether it's play Josh in the midfield or play Dan Houston on the wing or, half forward flank and leave Josh Dacos in the half back line, whatever. They're there 24/7. They understand it way more than what we could ever possibly imagine because they're in that situation. So you gotta trust the process in that sense. But I'm really looking forward to next season only because the expectation with us as fans is that we're going to contend again. We're going to be up there again. I feel as if we're going to be up there. The expectation from everybody else, exactly like it was 12 months ago, Collingwood's going to bottom out. They're going to be in the bottom part of it, or they're in the bottom 10 or whatever it is, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season, the media and other supporters of other clubs were already engraving our name on the Premiership Cup. You know what I mean? So we're in a really, really good spot. And I think the best part about it is regardless of what happens in 2026, 27 onwards, we are going to be in a really, really strong position with, guys between the ages of, 23 and 28 that can really take us to that next level. So I'm excited to see that. I'm pumped, and we've still got the delistings from this year that we might pick up one or two, or we might not, and we might carry those over for a mid-season draft to see what we need if there's any good guys in the state leagues. I mean, the options there are good, but I'm so glad that we didn't touch those because we can access them now. I'm just glad we didn't touch those first two for like those first round picks for 26 and 27 and just waste the opportunity of, getting an elite forward or an elite midfielder.
Yeah, 100%. I think this offseason was more about, like you said, if we could get Simpkin at a good price or if we could get one of these guys at a good price, sure. I think it was more about clearing out the older guys as well. Like, you know how they always say we have 11 over 30s. There's 5 less now. We're five less over 30s playing who at one stage were all playing in our team. So we're our age profile a little bit younger. Obviously, if you look at the age, it's always going to be up because you've got a cunt that's 50 years old playing for us. So that is always going to lift it, right?
Yeah.
But I think you said it best when you said, the fans, us Collingwood fans, we know that we can compete with this and everyone else doesn't think so. There's the cliff coming. And that, correct me if I'm wrong, but Collingwood love that position so much. As long as we've got belief, as long as Fly has belief in the team, we love that backs against the wall shit.
Yeah. It's the dirty pie stuff of 2020. And we carried that into the qualifying final. We had a really, really, down month and a half of football coming into the finals. We found our form against Adelaide round 23. We're a bit up and down against Melbourne. When the time mattered the most, we stood up and we got there. Yes, we had some results go away, but guess what? That's footy. Big deal. You know what I mean? And then, we ended up making a prelim final. And at one stage, it looked like we were going to get to the big dance. Now, I'm not going to say that we would have won the grand final if we had to beat their ifs, buts, maybe.
I'll say it.
But we would have slapped them something vicious. We would have slapped them. And
my God. They wouldn't have had any lives left.
No, I reckon the third quarter coming out after half time, if we were neck and neck with them or even just a couple of goals in front, I would have preferred to, if we had played against Geelong going in at halftime, maybe a couple of points down, we would have just smoked them. And I know I sound like Stephen May by saying that. I'm glad we didn't pick him up. But it's just, it's so obvious. The one thing that I did want to bring up with you, mate, and I'm going to be posting a video on my channel, and this is not promoting it, but I want to talk to you about it quickly.
No, promote it all you want to.
I'm going to post a video on Friday. I've already filmed it. I'm just sort of spacing them out a little bit. But the AFLW, I want to touch on it with you really, really quickly because there's a really important issue that I've got to think. Now, in my video, I speak about the system, the players, and I'm a big Collingwood supporter, as everyone knows. So I'll watch VFL, I'll watch AFL, AFLW. I'll follow the wheelchair guys community and the state one. The top level. I'll follow all of it, right? I might not go to every single one with my wife and kids and stuff and work and 2 jobs. It's too hard, But I will watch it and I will follow.
Yeah.
I said in the video I wasn't happy with the recruiting system of the AFLW. I think we're a little bit behind the pace. I think we've got, 3 or 4 really top class players, but the rest of them just don't cut it compared to like the Bulldogs, compared to North Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane, So I spoke about that. The one thing that I was appalled with on the weekend for the Richmond game is the state of Victoria Park, man. The ground was just embarrassing. Now, if we had played Richmond at Punt Road Oval, even with their redevelopment there, that ground would have been elite. That ground would have been smooth. You could have slept on the grass. It was that nice. Yeah. This ground at Victoria Park, I know it's a community place. I know there's the dog park. I know you're allowed to do whatever on there, but to have the elite of the elite in the women's in the women's competition, to be playing on a ground that, I'm sorry, the Whittlesea Showgrounds is in a better condition than Victoria Park at the moment, was it was shocking. The goal square was uneven, and the boundary was all scuffed up. And I was embarrassed, man. As a Collingwood supporter, I was watching it and I was embarrassed. And I really hope that the girls don't deserve to play on a ground like that. They should have played that at the AI Centre because they've got to fix it.
Well, definitely. Like, I think that report came out, or that thing came out like a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago, where Collingwood are putting $2 to $3 million into the redevelopment of Vic Park to make it that sort of bring it up, because like you're right, like this is what fucking frustrates me so much about the AFL and AFLW competition. The AFL, just in general, not the men's competition, just the AFL in general, don't take this AFLW competition seriously enough. This is just, in my eyes, and I love this competition so much, in my eyes, it's just like, you do what you want to do. Yeah, we'll yay whatever you're saying, or we'll nay whatever you're saying. It was last year, it was fucking games at Frankston at 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's Tuesday games. It's Wednesday games. This year, it's not too bad. It's a little bit better. But to put a professional, this is not a VFLW game. This is not a VFL game. This is not EDFL. This is a professional Australian Football League women's team on a community paddock. Go play out in fucking Roxy. Go play out in Craigieburn. They've got better grounds. I can guarantee you. I played on those grounds. They've got better grounds than what Victoria Park is. It's a glorified dog park at the moment. It's a glorified dog park. And why are we the biggest club in the land? And when I go to Vic Park to watch the girls play, I'm gonna go fucking piss in a cubicle. I can't.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. I went there to film a promo for one of my. I went there to film a promo for one of my lives and stuff, and I went up into the Sharon stand and I was filming. There was rubbish and just crap everywhere. The whole place smelled like piss, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking alcohol. I'm talking like someone had just taken a piss right next to me. Yeah. There is graffiti and broken windows and shit like that everywhere. Now, I get it. We've moved on. We're at the AI Centre. I understand. But why bring us back to our spiritual home for VFL games, VFLW games, and give us the hope that one day Collingwood will own the ground, whether it's in my lifetime or my kid's lifetime. One day we'll own it back again, and we can make it look proper. Because to present that on a national stage, and it's the women, I think that's a big thing too. It's the women, man. Like, fix it for them. Like, you've got to, and people can have their political opinions about the game and their opinions about the skill levels of the game and all that type of crap. And, some of it I understand, some of it I don't agree with. I'm sort of in the middle on that sense. But the actual ground and the facilities itself, you got to give them something better than that. You got to fix it. Don't play them there for a season next year. Fix it up and then go from there. But the other Keep going.
No, keep going. I'm just going to try. And
the other thing too was that we trained there in 2024 after the flag. We actually had a full session at the Victoria Park ground. In that session, Isaac Quainer stuffed his ankle up, which hindered him for the entire year, off and on. And Dan McStay did his knee after coming back from a jarred knee, or from a PCL, which he missed the grand final from. We had 2 injuries from that one session at Victoria Park, which, mind you, the club never promoted. So no one could go down there. No one knew they were going to go down there or anything. They just rocked up and they trained. And we had 2 massive, massive injuries that really affected us throughout throughout the 2024 season. Yeah. We're coming off a premiership hangover. We're still celebrating. So at the end of the day, it sort of went over our heads at the time. But I'm looking back at that now, and from what I saw and on TV on the weekend, to sit at home with my old man and to look at it, regardless of the result of the game, it's sad, bro. It's fucking depressing. Yeah. Look at Icon Park.
Oh, mate, I love going to Icon. I hate to say it, I love going to Icon Park.
Look at that ground that has tortured my whole childhood, yeah? That ground is a cesspool of just scum, yeah? You go to that ground, and honestly, take off the Carlton logos of the ground, and it's the perfect little boutique stadium. You could play an actual AFL game there again.
Yeah, Carlton could play. They're playing the grand final there and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, Carlton could play against a GWS, a Gold Coast, or whatever it is there, and they'd fill it out.
Yeah.
If I had nothing on that night, I'd go just for the spectacle of it because I'm a footy fan in general. Even though I yuck, but you know what I mean. Like it's just I get it. We've moved on, but I'm gonna talk about it in my video going on Friday. And I hope that someone from the club sees it because I know Barry Karp said, especially when you interviewed him at the start of the season, and I've watched that interview a few times, it was fantastic, for him to turn around and say that we're going to fix it, blah, 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 we're going to invest money into it. That's great. But if you're going to play the women there and you're going to play our VFL guys there, which means some of our AFL listed players are going to play there, bro, fix it up, yeah?
Yeah, well, let me read. Hang on, make sure I get the right tab up because I don't want to show anything I'm not supposed to show. All right, here we go. So this is from the city of Yarra, and I hope everyone can see that. So the city of Yarra has welcomed a significant investment in Collingwood Football Club to make improvements in the surface of Vic Park. So this is from the 10th of September. The Collingwood Football Club will invest approximately $2 million to undertake groundworks required to bring the ground up to a standard that will rank it as one of the AFLW's best facilities. This ground is also used by Collingwood's VFL team, yada, yada, yada. Works on the Victoria Park surface are expected to commence in December and conclude in March ahead of the 2026 football season. So, to ensure the site continues to stand to its the work will be carried out between December and March to replace the playing surface. So it looks like they're going to take off everything, install irrigation, and upgrade the sports field lighting. So lighting will be stage 2 in mid-2026. The works will ensure the site is more resilient for the community. So it looks like it's just going to be the playing surface at the moment and the lights. But I'm hearing that it will be it also will be the facilities at some point because
I'm all for that. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mind. I go to the soccer as well, yeah. So I don't mind standing in the stand that's been knocked down. The rush stand or whatever it was. I don't mind, standing up behind the goals on the hill, where the old scoreboard was. I don't care about that stuff. Do it in the long run. That's perfectly fine. But the facilities, the club rooms, and if you're going to fix up any facilities, you've got to give us proper toilets. You've got to give the fans toilets, bro. Yeah. And this also is a good segue for the AII Centre, right? Mate, can you just put some shade up, please?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
Bro, I go to trainings. I see you there. You're sitting on the things next to the light tower, yeah? Yeah. I go up on the stairs. I'm sitting there. I've either got rain, wind, or sun beaming on me. I don't get it. Like I don't mind. I'm not going to sit here and whinge about it, to the point where, it's so important. But when we played in the grand final in 23 and we had, I reckon it would have been 10 to 15,000 people at the AII Centre watching us do that final training session. Yeah? Yeah. I mean, how many people tried to cram in just near the glasshouse entrance just so they could have a little bit of cover? Yeah, I mean, you are, and there was, and Dan Does Footy put it on his thing as well. In all the codes of football especially the NRL and the AFL, we are the second most valuable sporting franchise in the country,
In
and we're
Australia,
literally like $2 million behind Penrith Panthers. And
yeah,
credit to them, they won 4 flags in a row. So I mean, it is what it is, yeah. But and supporter base around the world, we're probably the biggest. Realistically, we're just as big as Manchester United. We're just as big as Liverpool. We're just as big as Real Madrid, Barcelona, everybody.
yeah.
You got to just help the fans out a bit, yeah.
I know. Yeah, it's like just go to Bunnings, bro. I'll do it for you.
Bro,
Just
just
go to-
seriously put 2 poles up and a fucking swale or shade or something like that
You
with
can,
some
get, you can get it
tarp.
from reject shop. Just like get some tarp. $10.
Like
on reject shop.
exactly, just put it up for fans. I'd rather go to a cubicle and take a leak at the AII Centre as long as I've got some shade, than do that at Vic Park when you've got stands and you've got stuff and you're
that's
actually.
the other thing. Even like the toilet facilities at AIA is just the cafe, and there's so many things to bloody.
Like to go to the toilet there, you've got to go into the club shop or the museum part. You've got to go to where they've got like the Aboriginal stuff, and there's a small toilet, a single cubicle in there, right? Or you've got to walk over to Amy Park and use the cafe toilet. I mean, you're being. Are you serious right now? And I know, like as I said, I love my club and stuff like that, and I know I'm having a bit of a vent about it, but it's just. Watching the AFLW, I pay almost $1,000 a year for my AFL and add-ons and social clubs and Club 42s and everything like that. Yeah, to see the women play on that ground, it was embarrassing compared to the rest of the competition. Collingwood's got to do something about it, man. I know the council own the ground, but I mean, you can't be preaching about all this fair stuff with the women and. Equal this, equal that, and I get it, and I understand it. I don't agree with all of it, but I understand it. But the thing is, like, they deserve better. And if they're not going to get higher pay, I think, or whatever, I think the most a woman was getting for AFLW was like $65K a year. It was like the highest pay or whatever it was, yeah? If you're going to be around that mark and they're going to be average income earners to play AFLW per season, at least give them a flush surface to play on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want a girl tackled and then, she puts her head in dog shit or something like that. I don't think. And I know it sounds stupid, but that's actually realistic, man.
I think there was. I'll look it up later, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the complaints a couple of weeks ago at Vic Park that there was dog shit on the ground while the girls were playing. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'm making that up, but I reckon that's.
Bro, I've played a lot of footy. Yeah, this is my first year off since under 9s, bro. I'm pushing my 40s. Yeah, I've played at a high local level in Premier Division. I've played thirds. I've played country footy. The closest that I've ever come to that was when I was playing up in King Lake. It was a foggy day, and there was literally a kangaroo bouncing on the field as we were playing, and it took a dump on the field. And we had to continue to play. I mean, is that where the AFLW is the equivalent of right now in the sense of the playing surfaces and stuff for Collingwood? Because if it is, it's so fucking embarrassing, man.
Yeah, that's what the Pies are putting up, and it sucks that it's shit that it's happening. Like you look at all the other clubs, and everyone's doing well, and we're doing this. But look, 2026, they look like we'll wait. December, they're going to resurface Vic Park, $2 million. Let's see what it looks like there. Andreas, got a couple of guys waiting. Thank you so much.
No stress, bro. No worries. Love your stuff, mate. Talk to you soon. Go to the woods.
Bye.
Go to the woods.
Bye. All right. Good. Go check out. I'll put it in here. United. Go check out Andreas' YouTube channel. Really good YouTube channel. Collingwood sort of stuff there. Black and White United. Ben, kia ora. Thumbs up. Ready to go? Let's go. How you going, brother?
Hello. How are you, man? Long time no see.
I know it's been a while. I've been listening to you every single week for the last fucking 15 weeks, brother. So I know I can hear you. I just can't see you.
I know, man. What a trade period, eh? Like for Collingwood, it was happy we got Buller.
Yep.
I think we had to make the tough call on Maya check. It's just you have to ease the older players out, like season by season. You can't. My fear is that we get rid of 3 of them in one season. It's like, ooh, what do we do now? So if you remember when North Melbourne did that, and look how they've been. They lost 4 experienced players in one season, and
right away.
Yeah, so it's like, so
happy
that my Chiefs got an opportunity again, but Sorry, what was that?
We definitely had to stagger it because next year it'll be. I guarantee Pendle, Sidey, and Howie won't go on again. Like, as much as that sucks, I just don't see.
I agree.
I just don't see that happening. Maybe Pendle's just because if his body can keep up with him and he's still ready to go, but I just don't see all 3 of them going into 2027.
I agree.
And then that's pretty much. And when you think about it, that's pretty much it for our over 30s. Jack Crisp, I think, gets another year. But yeah, we had to start getting rid of him slowly. Tell me more about what did you want from this trade period?
I mean, some of the players we were linked to. I mean, it would have been nice, but as some of the other, I think Andrea said, and heard other people say that if you're paying premiums for players we may take, may not take, it's rather not take them. Like if Simpkin, if they wanted, I don't know, was it a first round pick or like 2 first round picks or something? It was like, no, he's a decent player, but for that price, I don't know, to be honest. And Oliver would have been good, but he wanted to get out of Melbourne, so it's fair enough.
You can't sort of begrudge him. Would have been nice, but I think it's just showing that they've got a lot of trust. And I don't know, maybe this is me sort of the Collingwood bias coming out of me, but I reckon it just shows that they've got trust in what the team is like at the moment and the kids that they've got coming through. Like, it would have been nice to fucking have Merritt or Simpkin for a little bit or Petrarca. 100%. But the team that we have that's going to be opening round compared to our prelim team, virtually the same that got us to a prelim and was top of the ladder for 11 rounds, except Mycheck and Cox. It's going to be virtually the same. So I think, I don't know, like, I want to say we're in a good position because I do feel like we're in a good position. Yeah, there's clubs around us getting better, but we're still a really good fucking side. We're still a really, really good side.
Yeah, I agree with that. And something I've thought about this season and for next season, I feel like, I don't know if you've heard the term last dance. I feel like this is like our last real great opportunity at a premiership with this team. Yeah. And I felt like when we lost the prelim, it was sort of like, is that it? Yeah. And then like you're seeing easing out some of these players and bringing in the younger players, hopefully. And you feel like it could be like my expectation for next season in terms of like ladder position, anywhere between 6, 8, and 10, to be honest. I mean, the Western Bulldogs missed out on the 8, and they had how many wins? They would have played finals most seasons. So the competition is getting tough, getting really tough. And if we make the 8, we deserve it.
Exactly. St Kilda are getting better. But then there's teams like Sydney are getting better, obviously. But then there are teams that will slow down. Yeah, Gold Coast will fucking finish top 4. Mercedes just asked what's last dance. So
the last basketball team.
Yeah. Talk about it. The Jordan stuff, yeah?
The Chicago, the Michael Jordan's last NBA championship, his team, that season they called it the last dance. It was sort of like they knew everybody was going to leave, sort of thing. So they called it the last dance. That's what I mean by that. So it's like most of these players know that they don't have long left, so they want to give it everything. So it could be next season, you know.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. And I don't know, like something like that would sort of spur me on as a player and as an administrator and as a coach and stuff. Like that would absolutely spur me on. And you only need a couple of things. Like, people fucking forget we finished third, and we played. There was still some really good teams this season. Yeah, okay. Petrarca goes to the Suns. They probably win 3 more games with him in there, right? We don't finish top. I don't think we finish top 4 next year. We will finish somewhere between 5 to 9, maybe. But I think we're still a fucking good team, and you got whatever team has Nick Dacos in it, you're gonna be good, man. You're gonna be good. It's just all about utilizing. It's all about utilizing it. Like, utilizing him. He needs some help. I'm sure the thing that I want the most. The thing that I want the most is new coaches around this team, and we're going to get some. Goldsack comes back. We don't know what he's going to be at the moment. We miss out on Boca, unfortunately. I just need some senior heads around Craig McRae, because I feel like we're too stagnated. We didn't really reinvent the wheel too much this season. We did some things nice. Then we got worked out. Then we just had nowhere to go because we got worked out. It was bang. And then it was, X, Y, and Z. So I feel like we didn't do that well. Just quickly, G Money says, didn't we finish 4th? End of the home and away season, we finished 4th. But I think because we were the third last team to get eliminated, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. Top
we
4.
finished 3rd, yeah, because of that. I'm pretty sure that's how it's but that's how it works. But what's your off season looking like before the boys come back? What's new? What's NZ looking like?
NZ, a lot of cricket. A-League. My team plays in the A-League, so might go to some of those games. Like, mostly when the AFL season finishes, like maybe like when I keep up with the draft a little bit, but after that it's sort of like I don't focus on it until like
preseason
when the preseason starts and like when the regular season starts. Because I mean, for you guys, you get it every day. For me, I can choose to watch it or not. So it's like we get rugby league, like we barely get anything.
Yeah. Nah, it sounds good, man. You're Auckland City, yeah? A-League?
No.
Oh, Wellington?
Wellington Phoenix.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
Auckland.
If Melbourne City go up to Wellington this season, I always want to come to New Zealand, so I might fly up, catch a game. Yeah.
Let me know, man.
Done, brother. Ben, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
No, thank you so much. Well, thank you for all you do, man. Love you, bro.
Dude. Nah, thank you. I love you too, man. Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah.
See you,
too, man.
Bye. See you. Bye. Riley, I can see you. Thumbs up. You ready to go? Lucky last. Here we fucking go. Hey, mates.
Finally here.
Here we go.
Finally.
I know you're chomping at the bit to talk about Will Phillips.
Yes. I've done
me,
my research.
Here we go, because I didn't do any fucking research, so tell me.
Right. So he was a 3rd round draft pick, I believe, in 2020 from North Melbourne.
Yep.
He averaged 14 disposals, 14.3 disposals, 4.2 clearances, I believe.
Yep.
He averaged 9.6 kicks, something. I'm not going to do the points.
Yeah.
Like 4 handballs. I think it was 4 or 5 tackles a game.
Okay.
He went at 77 disposal efficiency for the season.
Yep.
His kicking efficiency was about 55%.
Okay. That's a bit testy.
Yeah, that can do with some improving. But plays that inside midfield role that we're looking for, 23 years of age. I just feel like coming from Alistair Clarkson, good coach, 10 years ago, could be that next best player.
Yeah.
That feeds Nick Dacos.
Yeah. So I've just got his profile up here. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. I believe I got most of them right.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. And he can play that tagging role as well. I read that he played a lot of tagging in the VFL.
Yeah, well, if you remember a couple of years ago when we were playing Kangaroos and they were up by 40 points or whatever they were at halftime and they ended up going up by 50 before we came back. He was
Yes.
tagging Nick Dacos for 3 quarters and then he got subbed off. And then we ended up winning and Nick Dacos went on a run in that last quarter.
Yeah.
So he does play the tagging role pretty well. People are saying train on players. Yeah, we could leave some rookie spots open for the SSP. We've had so much success with the SSP. Here are his numbers for this season average compared to like career average. So look, he does a lot of the things right. How tall is he? 181 centimeters. So he not well. I say not super tall in AFL sense, super tall in just fucking general sense. Blessed with that over average height. But I don't mind him as a sort of in and under, but I would need to see him a little bit more. So you reckon he'd make us a little bit better coming in?
Yeah, I think he can, as you've been saying over the past few weeks, move the needle. I just feel like with Flyers' knowledge, Pendlebury doing what he does, I just feel like he can be that player that takes Pendlebury's role in the next 2 to 3 years.
Interesting.
Along with, working with Harry Perryman, because obviously Harry Perryman's just going to be himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, Perryman with Phillips could just be that connection that I feel like we've been looking for.
Okay.
Also, with a fit DeGoey full pre-season, just feels like, we're really going to lift. And if he has a raging DeGoey by his side, it just feels like it's going to elevate the team.
Yeah. So tell me, because I know you were in my DMs talking about Hobbs as well. Would you, if you had to pick one of those two players, they're both around the same height, both play that similar role. Ben Hobbs isn't much of a tagger, but Phillips is. Who would you go for to give one rookie spot to?
I'd almost push Phillips just as that tagger role. Like,
okay, yep.
We struggled clearances this year.
Yep.
I feel like against good teams, and that's because we don't have a tagger player.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like if he takes that tagging position, let's say on Will Ashcroft, he limits him to 15 touches and limits his disposal efficiency, we can win so many more clearances with a fit to go in there as well.
Yep.
And
I like it, man. I like it as a cheap pickup. Come through the ranks. I think these Moneyball options have worked so well for us. Like I already talked about it. Markov as an SSP, Sullivan as an SSP, a couple of mid-season draft picks. Even fucking Tim Membry was a delisted free agent. I think there's a lot of players that can thrive under new management. And this guy, I don't watch a lot of Kangaroos games, right? I'd have to talk to Kangas TV and get Marnes's view on it all. But a pick 3, that's nothing to scoff at. He's obviously good for a reason. Obviously good for a reason. Teresa says having a tagger is a wild thought. It's been so long. I reckon the last tagger we had was for fucking Levi Greenwood, my boy.
Yeah.
It
just comes back to that youth we're looking for.
Yeah. Yep.
He's 23, which is a good age.
Yeah, it is.
Like you look at Demetria coming through. I think how old is he? He's 21.
It'd be 2021. Yeah. Yep.
So you need to look at your younger midfielders as well, and then you've got Charlie West and Will Hayes and whatnot.
Yeah.
And who are going to fill these spots come next year when these old boys do retire? I just feel like he can be one player that really steps up after a full season.
Okay.
Of with Pendlebury and Sidebottom and these vets that have all the knowledge,
Yeah. No, I like it. You know what I'm going to do after I get off this stream? I'm going to edit an Instagram post. I'm going to put it up, ask the question if people want Will Phillips in the side and
Mm.
I'll shout you out in it because it's your idea.
Yeah, cool.
All right, Riley, thanks so much, mate. You convinced me. I want the bastard now. I want him in.
All
I
right,
want him in the spot.
All right.
Done,
Well,
mate. Thank you so much,
thank you
brother.
for having me on.
No, thanks for coming on. I hope to see you more often when we do these.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Riley. Have a good one, mate.
You too, mate.
Cheers. Bye. All right, so we just passed the hour mark. Thank you, everyone who jumped on. So I did do it pretty early at 6, only because at 8 o'clock I've got I'm filling in for my cousin's volleyball side. So can you imagine me playing volleyball? That's what's gonna. I hope it's beach volleyball or sand volleyball. But it's at 8 o'clock, so that's why I did it a little bit earlier. Next week, so I sort of know if we're going to be doing it weekly or fortnightly. Hoping to do it weekly. We'll talk about something. Everyone has something to talk about with the Pies. It will be 7 to 8 going forward, or 7:30 to 8:30 going forward, just around that hour mark, just to sort of loosen it up a little bit. And then going into preseason and into the season, we will do it on Wednesday nights, just in general. It's the only night that I have free from, like D&D on Tuesdays, family dinners on Thursdays. They should have a height limit for volleyball, mate. I'm not going to be spiking the ball. I'm just going to be at the back, just like tapping it up for other people. I just got the quick leg, so no one has to dive. I can just like hit it up from the bottom. So that's why they got me on. That's why they got me on the side. But yeah, no, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. That's good. That's fucking good. I like that. Yeah, I appreciate it. This is a little bit of fun. Every week we'll do it. I'm going to, see what I can do. I want to get some exciting guests on. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what Pool Sweep has. But thank you so much to everyone that joined on. I appreciate you all. Bruno, Charles, enjoy your morning in Milano. Everyone else, I love you. I appreciate you. Swoop you later. Up the mags.